if you want, whatever.
Okay. All right. Well, we are going to start. We're going to
I'm
talk.
looking at Heather's comment is I nodded off and it was over.
Heather, that
Yep.
is a very fair comment. Yeah, we're starting a little bit early here just because obviously the show ended a little bit earlier than expected. That's Mike Catalana, Dan Fates. I am Jenna Cottrell. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel. Also, want to remind everyone this Thursday, Thirsty Turtle in Victor, we're going to be doing Buffalo Plus Live, a meet and greet before 5 to 7. Then we're going to do the podcast afterwards. It's going to be a whole bunch of fun. We would love to see you out there. Free to come out. Check it out. We had one last year. Amazing turnout. We're really looking forward to having this year again. So Thursday, we would love to see you there.
Yes,
It'll be more exciting than the final episode of Hard Knocks.
Okay, but I really like Josh Martin saying the outtakes made the episode worth it. Like the outtakes were really funny.
Yeah. I like the way they messed around with the people from Hard Knocks because they were around them an awful lot.
Yeah.
And I don't exactly know the song or whatever Trey and Benford were doing there, but they had that going for a while. But and Keon finally made an appearance because he's been barely even looked at. Made a couple, catches, but barely looked at.
Him and Milano had about as many lines in Hard Knocks.
Hey, and they finally got Tyrell Shavers on there, making a joke. By the way, he told Frank Gore Jr. he was 5'2".
Oh,
that was really good.
Yeah.
He was funny.
Yeah, it was.
This was the episode I took the least amount of notes on. Like, it just seemed like they were re-airing the previous 2.5 episodes. Like, it was like, hey, we don't got anything. So you guys remember Buffalo Joe Andreessen? He made the team. It's like he was never in question of not making the team. Like, it was a whole bunch of that that I thought was kind of boring.
And they missed the Shavers thing entirely. Just totally missed it. That was the guy who was so on the bubble a year ago and didn't make it, and then was great all off season, great in camp. And when we talk to him, guys, he's saying, I'm sitting in my apartment, right? And I'm getting messages from my friends. They're like, you find out anything? You know anything? Nothing. And he knew he made the team because nobody from the team called him. And he just showed up and he was on the team. That stuff would have been cool. That would have been cool. Nothing.
I feel like as we all do content for this industry, like those storylines to me, I feel like that must have been like edited out. Like if I'm talking about content wise, I would want to talk to Keon up and down rookie season, high draft pick. What could he do in year 2 after the coaches essentially called him out in the offseason? Tyrell Shavers following a guy that, like you said, Mike, on the roster bubble has been, can he make the team? Will he make the practice squad? How will that all go? Just like players like that, I feel like, and even some of the guys on the bubble, like a Zach Davidson and stuff, like they talked a little bit about their story. Like they did Zach Davidson loves to bike, but it felt so surface level, like on everything. Like I feel like they really didn't go super in depth into any player's stories when they had opportunities to.
It felt very guarded. And I thought that was the whole point of like Hard Knocks, was that we were going to get stuff we weren't expecting or stuff we didn't see. And it felt very protected. Like I also think of nothing really with Dalton Kincaid, first round pick from a few years ago that you talk about, Jenna Keon getting called out. Dalton pretty much got kind of called out too. Like these were guys that are bigger names that also have interesting storylines for them going into the season. And it was just crickets.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like, Steve.
Yeah.
No clips of the Bean interview.
Hey.
Well, I think things were edited to be, and I think that there was a lot of editing and editorial decisions made by the Bills. I think of this, and you kind of saw that. You know what I was thinking? I was like, because I mean, we did the interview. Obviously, one of the senior directors, a Bills fan, he knows this team. I'm like, maybe the Bills were like, we will make this show so boring that they will never want to come back.
That is very true. Yeah, listen, I do believe that they had NFL Films is elite in
Elite.
videography and storytelling, and they somehow made them dull. Now, listen, this team goes on, wins 14 games, and wins the Super Bowl. That's the what everybody cares about. But yeah, I got to say, and I can say this now, when we thought we were going to be in the first episode, and then it didn't work out. Fine. I didn't want to sound like the guy going, oh, well, this isn't any good because you're not in the episode. I wanted this to be so good. If we were in there for 20 seconds, it would have been cool for whatever it was. We weren't. Fine. Our friend, Sal Mayorana, with his voice.
That was cool.
The Sal Mayorana, with his voice. It's like, I'm like, I thought he was in the room next to me. It was this dramatic read of the cuts, but he was in there, at least his voice. But no, it was, I got to say, it was dull. It was dull.
Yeah, I think
Couple of
Heather
nice
summed it up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, yeah, I thought it was cool the way that they like mixed the comment there from Primetime Adam. It was kind of cool that they mixed like Marv Levy's like, where else would you rather be? Like, again, the videography I thought was amazing. Like all of that stuff. I don't know.
I think
Mike, and we were just talking about before we went on air was just the fact that especially the last episode felt disjointed. Like they were like, hey, we don't know what we're going to do. So, hey, let's talk to Charlo again. Remember Charlo? And then it was like, hey, by the way, like Jamarcus Ingram, here's a guy that, again, I thought never had any chance of getting cut because of the injuries. Like, like there was something about the overcoming of like what Max Harrison, like it would have been kind of interesting to get to see a little bit of like the first round pick, like what he's like and what it's like of an NFL player recovering from an injury. Trey White, a veteran, a guy that is injured. It was nice to see him out there at practice. I thought that was at least he's out there. Like it's like he was missing that part of practice. But no Keon, no Shakir, no Shavers, no Kincaid. A whole lot of Josh movie quotes, which were great, but I stood up for, I thought some of the last few episodes were better. This one was
Janet, what? Why?
I'm sorry. I've had this comment up for like 4 minutes. I just want to acknowledge, I think that the original Purple Diva says it best that they did not connect the dots. Like different scenes, but really never tied it all together. Okay, I just needed to.
You wanted to get that up there.
I just feel bad because it was up for so long.
Okay. Well, that is the case, though, because it just went all over the place. I wrote down a few things but honestly, none of this. I did like them joking with, like the little stuff we hear them say. I did like them joking with Jordan Phillips saying, I'm too old to fight. And them all talking about their ages. Yep. I like those little comments. That's kind of cool. And it is funny. Josh loves movies so much. And then he marries somebody who's into movies. I mean, he does love movies. Like he knows so many lines and he can't wait to do what he did. What movie? What movie? And he's pointing and he got the answer that he needed. But I do think Josh, I wonder if people who don't see him think he was like playing for the camera a little bit, just because I don't think you would expect an NFL quarterback to be so relaxed around people like he is. I think that's who we see. That's the guy we see. Now, we don't, in fairness, we don't really or rarely interact with him like that. We're reporters covering the team. And the other people, I love the way he is with the people who work with the team. And you saw some of it there. I think that's great. I think that's the way he is. And that came out in the show. I think that was a big positive.
Kyle Brandt in it.
I did like Josh's answer, though. I thought that was cool.
I did like, that was what I was like, I'm all done with this episode. Like the when he sits down with him, and then like again, Josh's answers are great because his answers are always great and thoughtful. And talking about envisioning the 5-degree day, the trucks rolling over,
Loved
the
it.
buses rolling over, the salt on the roads, like that was so cool. And Kyle Brandt just
Well, he doesn't like the attention.
like, of course, Kyle Brandt would show up for one day and that gets on Hard Knocks. I was like, all right, like we can wrap this episode up real quick.
Yeah. That was
I loved the line dancing. Loved it.
yeah.
I thought that was really cool, very unexpected. Like I kind of just wanted a little bit more context, like why, how did this start? How did this start happening? Like, but I thought seeing Ty Johnson doing that was really cool. And I thought that was neat. That was something that I wasn't expecting.
I agree. I would have liked to have heard them ask a few people there, like, do you know who this guy is? Like Ty is on the team and people know the name and all, but I don't think him just walking in a place, Bills fans know, but like they may just have an idea who he is. And there he is in line, and what do you say? Shows up every Thursday night.
Yeah.
Should have brought White Steve with him. That would have made it good.
But but again, there was a bunch of like kind of these all 5 episodes was like, we need 3.5 minutes to fill in this episode. What do we got? We're like, we'll go with Ty and just film him line dancing. Like it would have been great to talk to somebody and be like, it's a Buffalo Bill right there. I mean, I probably figured it out when there's Hard Knocks cameras following the guy into the bar.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also,
Yeah. Oh, I think Dan is frozen.
Oh God, won't people love that? He can't talk. He's frozen.
he will play favorite team. Yeah,
Mike,
I froze, didn't I? My Wi-Fi is atrocious.
You're frozen.
He's back now.
Am I back?
He's
Mike,
back.
I can't hear you.
Yeah. I can hear Mike.
Maybe it's me.
I think
But yeah, my point was that Kyle Brandt, for being this big Bills believer, will throw them under the bus the first time that the Patriots start to make moves, and he's going to go on do an underdog speech about them because that's Kyle Brandt.
yeah. Jenny, you got it? She's not saying anything.
I can't hear you guys.
Oh, we hear you.
Can't hear either of us.
We'll leave.
All right, we'll catch you later, Jenna. I know there's a couple comments. Let me just change the outline for a second.
You watch, she's going to pop right back in.
Yeah. I think that we've talked about it a little bit, Mike, because we know the social media team. Yes.
You're right on the money. Yeah, I said,
thinking,
they're going to bring in Scott Norwood to kick in case T. Bass can't go.
Lorenzo could give him some snaps on special teams. We saw him at training camp. Surprised he didn't get on Hard Knocks. But yeah, is Jenna back? You back? Oh, are you back? Can you hear us?
I got you.
Oh, Dan, they're going to think you're high now.
Not high. I'm not high. Never been high on this podcast. There are times though where I know I get like really hyper and giddy, and I'm like, people are gonna think I'm high. But
okay, honestly, we can talk for a couple minutes about the team getting set because I think look, it's 5 episodes. I think the Bills look professional. They look like they have fun. That came across. I think if the Bills' goal as a team was to show that and be boring, they succeeded.
Make themselves so boring. Hard Knocks never comes back, baby.
Yeah. I think that was it.
What they did more than anything, and it's cool a little bit. It's a little bit played out, I think, especially in the NFL. Like they really hit home. Like these guys all love one another. They love Buffalo, and you're like, I do. I wish they talked more about how they were a great team. And like they would throw in like they've won division titles, but like there were never flashbacks to that. They never drew back to like McDermott 2017, like that moment breaking the drought. Like they played on the 1990s and then didn't play into like what this current team is, besides saying like, well, they can mess around and have fun because a 6th division title is in their grasps. And you're like, it just felt very surface level. It was, they used to be good. Let's show a lot of Marv Levy clips, which I was a fan of when they started doing it. And then it was like, we'll just keep playing Marv Levy clips for the older audience all the way through the end.
I think we can take it for what it was and appreciate the spotlight that was on Rochester and Buffalo and the Bills, and also say, hey, I think that it was a cool experience. We're on to the regular season.
We're on to Cincinnati.
We're on to Cincinnati.
Liv Schreiber just texted me, said, even I thought it was boring. So there you go.
No,
I
but
just
my
so
thing
badly
that
wanted him to say Buffalo Plus, but you know.
Oh, I know.
Hey, but Sal got Believe in there. He texted me and he said they wanted to hear from a real podcast.
Oh,
I love Sal.
That's good. That's
getting dunked on by a grumpy Sal.
Grumpy Sal Maron, our boy. Anyhow, someone asked, did Gabe Davis really get picked up today? Yes, he's on the practice squad. They're all coming back.
Dan, how do you feel?
They were away, and they drag them back in. Yes.
Time is a flat circle.
Dan, who's next? Dan's hurting. Who's next?
It's probably like Levi. It's probably Levi Wallace. Like, or Shaq Lawson. Like, let's be honest. Like, it could be Shaq Lawson or Boogie
Lorenzo Alexander.
Yeah. I understanding they have the practice squad, but man, it's an elder practice squad right now with a few of the guys.
Yeah, Isaiah McKenzie. That could be another one.
Well, they just brought in a wide receiver. I was thinking,
what about Eric Wood to be a backup center? He's around the team a lot. They're familiar with him.
Where did Harrison Phillips get traded to?
The Jets.
The Jets.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Well, in fairness, they're going to need some help on D tackle, and I'm not sure. We'll find out what they're doing. But right now, their backups are Jordan Phillips and 2 rookies. So Lamar and
Jordan Phillips is the only one that I was on board with. And I was from the beginning, I thought he was going to be signed to the 53 like during training camp. He's the only guy that had a sack in the AFC Championship game. I still think there's actually something left there.
Yeah, like he's definitely got juice.
But to think that Jordan Poyer walking around barefoot smelling grass is going to be like, I want to play. And it's like, you do want to play, but I hope you don't have to play. That's where I'm at with what I've seen with Jordan Poyer. Didn't feel right in Miami. Sorry, Kev.
Fired up.
No, I and honestly, behind the scenes of this dumb brain, it took me like 5 minutes to retweet Schefter about the Gabe Davis thing, because I was like, what do I tweet? And it was like suppress. Like my drafts are just flames. And I would just say, nope, not going to tweet that. Nope, not going to tweet that. I really just wanted to tweet the shrug emoji. Like that's what I really wanted to tweet, but I thought that was probably disrespectful.
Now, I will say this. There are times when you get through a season and it becomes a little bit of a desperation move to try to find players. It'll be interesting to see a younger player like Gabe Davis. I mean, how long you want to stay on a practice squad, right? I mean, Gabe is 24.
26.
Yeah.
Oh, he's 26. Okay. 26.
He's the same age as Shavers, as everybody has reminded me.
So, but what my guess is, this is not picking him up at the end of the year. And you see what happens. Trade deadline, everybody gets excited about the trade deadline. It hadn't worked out great finding players. I don't have any problem with them bringing veterans on, because I don't know, honestly, how many of the young guys on the practice squad are going to help this year. I will say this. I have a feeling at some point Charlo's going to be on the active roster.
Yeah.
I think he's going to get his shot. But yeah, we'll see. And by the way, Gabe Davis is not healthy. So I think they're doing him a little favor here, getting him in on the practice squad. He's already getting paid by the Jags, and he's going to rehab. Sorry, Dan.
Triggered.
Doing an NFL player a favor by
I'm
taking
not,
a
okay.
spot on the practice squad where you can develop a young player.
Yeah, but there's 15, 16 guys on the practice squad, and they do have a decent amount of young players, especially on defense.
Comment of the night.
I loved Lee Smith. He was funny.
Jenna, who is this? Bring back.
Jay Remersma.
Remersma.
That's it. That was Remersma. Remersma. Yes. I don't know.
What about
I don't know.
Tasker? Tasker got any snaps left in him?
Oh my gosh.
He can run down the field.
Most productive receiver. You afraid of Jenna Barron, you boys again.
Tune in to the Thursday night
Yeah.
Thirsty Turtle
Huge.
live show.
Yes.
Yes. So we will be making our predictions on the season. We will be making our predictions on the top yardage wide receiver. And we will also be letting everybody know what the punishment is for the losers this year.
Yeah. Did you know that, Dan?
Nope.
Dan will be ready to get a punishment out there. I have one in my mind. I think Jenna's got one in her mind.
I got one.
And we'll do
I
it
know what
where
mine is.
it will be the winner makes the other two do the punishment. So second is just the first loser. Okay.
I like
Right?
that.
This year, Jenna was the winner. Dan was first loser. I was, well, I guess depends how you look at it. We were the two losers.
Sal, I'll be very surprised. I will be extremely surprised. I'd be less surprised if they signed MVS to the 53-man roster than if it was Jordan
No,
Poyer.
I'm disagreeing with you there. I think Poyer, not added to the 53, he will get a call up this year. He will play in games.
I agree. I don't think it's that crazy if he does get put on the active roster. I mean, I think it's, I shouldn't say, I think it's, I don't know if I agree with the decision, but I expect him to
How
be
many
called
guys
up
have
at
to go
least
down?
once this season.
How many guys have to go down for him to start?
Start? I just mean to dress.
Oh, I mean,
Or
they can
yeah,
dress-
those are very different things.
yeah, they're very different. Like you talk about playing. I thought you were talking about playing.
You
It
talk about
happens.
practice.
Yeah.
Also,
telling you.
Sophie St. George, thank you for the super
thank you.
comment. Can we change the tush push to the QB wedge? It describes the play
I-
well.
I like that.
Short for QB
Wedgie.
wedgie. Don't think
Yeah.
the guys would love that. But it's funny.
Yes. Well, yeah.
Hey, Josh is killing it again tonight.
Oh, that's the one. That really is true. AJ's like, I'm just trying to take my family on vacation. Leave me alone. God. Well, and we'll talk about the game itself. Oh, we did an interview today with a reporter from the Ravens Vault podcast. That'll be up first thing in the morning too. So, or if you're watching this, you can watch along. She gives a lot of insight on this Ravens team, the good and the bad. They've got some injuries they're dealing with.
Yeah.
They've got, especially on defense, they got a few players that they don't know if they're going to be available. But their offense is pretty good. So
One more comment before we wrap up. This may be our worst Hard Knocks recap based off the worst episode, and we have the most viewers that we've had during any of these live shows. Is kind of crazy. We have hovered usually around like 600-700. We have doubled that tonight.
everybody wanted to talk.
Boy, you guys
I'm
are all over the place. Yeah, we are.
I would love to hear other people's comments though. Like, how they've thought about the series overall, because we're so close to everything. Like we see everything so much that I know fans are probably gonna love it, but like I know there was a couple comments earlier saying that some of the things like you saw all the stuff, but they never really connected the dots. But I would be curious like what people think.
Yeah. And it's funny because I remember when we sat down together to watch that first episode. I mean, I was really excited to see some of it, and I thought we were going to be kind of wowed by some of it, like really, really good. And I think my expectations were pretty high. Now, the truth is, it's a TV show that was here, and now they're gone, and the team goes on for the season. It's not an in-season thing, though they do that with the NFC East, I think, this year. But it's probably the only time they're ever going to do that. And right, I mean, they could have it, like they could have an in-season one if they decide to do the AFC East. And I would tell you that, like,
I hate that.
You think about it, with who knows what the Dolphins do, but like with the two coaches with the Jets and the Patriots now, that becomes a much more interesting division. And they just been waiting for Belichick to get out of there. Nice start for him. So that could be something down the line that they do, because they just did the NFC North, and now they're doing the NFC East. So I don't know what next year will be, but that's for another time.
Handful of things that were good. Backyard interview was better.
Oh,
Thank you, Jake. We appreciate that. It's very true.
Yeah. It was boring on purpose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was. I agree with this, Jason. Yeah.
Oh, was that the one, Jenna? Sorry.
Yeah, I thought that was cool with the dinner, and they do those dinners a lot. Like that is very common.
It was Ed who talked about it, and then Joey Bosa talked about it, which I thought was interesting. When Bosa said, Dan, I'll let Dan have that one.
Dan is a certified Gabe Davis hater.
No, I'm not.
I like when he go ahead.
Okay.
It's erroneous. Erroneous on all accounts. Name the movie. Wedding Crashers.
I was there. I was right there.
Erroneous on all accounts.
I do love Big Daddy, and that that Josh quotes that all the time.
The fact that
Pop.
I've always just called Gabe and saw Gabe for what he is, especially even when they wanted him to be the number 2. And
you were ahead of the curve, definitely.
Mike, say it.
They wanted him to be the number 2, and you thought he was number 2. Dan is a legend in his own mind. There we go. You are right.
Also, did you see Fowler? Did you see Fowler's tweet? Oh, it was like straight from an agent. It was like he copy and pasted it. He's like, he had tons of offers, but decided to land back in Buffalo.
He didn't really say that.
I just saw Schefter's tweet.
No, Jeremy Fowler was like, he had plenty of offers and interest.
Did you see?
And the agents, the devil works hard, but agents work harder.
No, see, Kate, I like so many of them. They're not. I love Khalil Shakir.
I would say you love Khalil Shakir.
I loved MVS. I've loved wide receivers.
Well, to your point, Gabe was the 4th receiver, then played above that, and they really believed, was Emmanuel Sanders left, they really believed he could move into that role, and he didn't do it. And on the plus side, they did not pay him. They let him walk. And the idiot Jags always let dumb teams do dumb stuff. The idiot Jags gave him a fortune. Great for Gabe, but they're still paying him. And he's playing for the Bills for a few $100,000 on the practice squad, but he's still getting a lot of money from the Jags. So that's good for him. But it was the plus that the Bills recognized that a year too late and did not pay him.
I like Curtis Samuel. I like Tyrell Shavers. I like wide receiver. I don't have a type. I like guys that get open and catch the football. Those are the kind of wide receivers that I like.
I do like this comment from Kat saying like, Hard Knocks showed the mentality of like, this place feels like family. They care about you. And I think, look, I've not covered another NFL team, but I do feel like the culture that Sean McDermott and Brandon Beane have built is been evident since the start. But I also feel like this Hard Knocks has kind of reinforced that aspect of it is the Bills, it's the off the field stuff, it's there's nothing to do in Buffalo, so everyone hangs out. Like it's that, and I think that has done a lot for this team in a way that other teams I feel like get along, but I just think that they did a good job highlighting that aspect.
Yeah, there used to be an old saying in baseball. Dan's probably heard this one: 25 players, 25 cabs. You know, it's like they just go their own way and nobody hangs around. I do think that is built into this team, and it's really
The Bills
cool.
have a shuttle.
Well, it is really cool that they do it in like position groups, because some of those young players would easily, like Casey Rogers talked about, they would easily be thought that, I'm trying to make the team, and like, what am I doing here? And guys like Daquan and Ed and all, they bring them in. I think that's cool. And obviously, I've never seen anything on a pro team like the way Josh handles a quarterback room.
Yeah.
It's like it's like a frat house a little party they got going on all the time. So
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, anything else, gentlemen?
I don't think so.
Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. We have over 1,300 people here watching, so we would love to have new subscribers to the podcast. And then, you know what, Mike? Why don't you say a little bit about this?
Yes. Ravens Vault is one of the podcasts. And Sarah Ellison, she worked for the team, was a writer, worked for the Ravens for a long time, and then went into this podcast, as she does, with Bobby Trossett. So they do a really good job, very thorough. She was great. And, sometimes we get people on there that, they give you an idea of a team, but she really, was both positive and critical of the Ravens, very positive about the Bills. And I think gives some insight into individual players and what's expected of them and where the Ravens are. And it really addresses, their flaws in the playoffs and their flaws when they play against the Bills and the way they're thought of and the criticism of their head coach. So I think you'll like it. It comes out first thing in the morning.
Yeah, I think that's going to be really, really good. Bullseye asking, what's the next show before Sunday? A reminder, we'll have Buffalo Plus live on Thursday, a new episode. We're going to be also live at the Thirsty Turtle on Thursday. We're going to be doing the podcast, a meet and greet before. If you want to say hi to Dan, myself, or Mike, we'll be at Thirsty Turtle and Victor, 5 to 7, the podcast. We're recording after that. It's going to be a whole bunch of fun. So we'll have that going on the channel. We'll be in Orchard Park tomorrow for practice for media day. We'll have more updates as the Bills with their first real injury report, practice as we get into week 1, all that fun stuff.
Good.
Well done.
Okay. All right. For Mike and Dan, I am Jenna. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Also, please be sure to check out the Thirsty Turtle on Thursday for Buffalo Plus Live. If you can't make it to Victor, check it out on our live stream on the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel. All right.
And that's the first of 6 live appearances, and they're working on one in Buffalo. I know a lot of you guys are in the Buffalo area. We're working on one this year in Buffalo. So that would be next.
Yes. So we will obviously keep you posted about all that stuff. But thanks for watching tonight, and we'll catch you next time here on the Buffalo Plus channel presented by Connors and Ferris.